Welcome back. Today I want to talk about basically going into a sales meeting or selling treatment to a patient and kind of going in there projecting the objection on the patient. So basically, or the sales prospect, or even heck, even if you're going to ask your significant other if you can go out Friday night with your buddies or with your friends, your girlfriends, whatever the case might be. How often are you going in there with an objection pre-done in your head and before the patient or the person that you're selling to, or your husband or wife, whatever the case might be, your partner, before they even say no to you or whatever the case might be? Or how soon if they do say no to you or they want to think about it, how soon do you think that it's cost? And all of a sudden that let me drop the price for you. Let me drop the price. Too many times in the sales setting, when we're either presenting to a client and treatment coordination and we're going more towards the comprehensive case and we're really nervous and, no, let's just start with this tooth. Or, let's just start and we'll do it in phases before the patient even says no to you or that it's too expensive, whatever the case might be. Or how many times in a sales meeting have you been there and they're like, let me think about it. And you're like, well, it must be price. Let me drop the price. Let me drop it as cheap as possible. Or let me waive that activation fee. Or let me see if I can cut it in half. Or let me talk to my boss. Let me price. Or, whatever the case might be. A lot of times we go into those, if you will, to make it general, meetings with that objection already in our heads, and we're kind of projecting that onto the person that we're talking to. When in reality, we should just do a little bit more digging and find out exactly what it is that's kind of holding them back, rather than just assuming that it's price, or rather than just assuming that they're not going to want to do the entire comprehensive treatment, or rather than assuming that, our spouse, our partner is going to say, no, you can't do that on Friday night. Why don't we just go in there, ask them the question, or present the price, or present full activation, and then from there, pivot or adjust from there. And the other thing too is, like, for example, if let's say you're in a sales environment situation and you go in there with full activation, or let me back up a little bit. If you go in there and waive activation right away, it's human nature to kind of think, well, he was going to give that deal to kind of anybody else. But the more that the human works for the deal, the more likely it is to feel that, I got him, I feel good about that deal, and the more likely they are to buy from you. The example a lot of times that I give is my mom one time signed up for a gym. And the guy started at full activation. It was $1 kajillion for activation and $70 a month for whatever the case might be. And my mom really worked his butt. She said, well, I'm not going to pay this activation. And he said, well, okay, how about I'll split it with you. No, I'm not going to pay any of this activation at all. Okay, well, how about I give it to you for, 75% off? No, I'm not going to pay for any of this activation, and you're going to give it to me for $50 a month. Okay, well, what if I give it to you? I can't give it to you for the $50 a month, but I'll give it to you for the $75 a month. But then I'll waive the activation or the membership fee. And then she's like, I'll tell you what, you waive the membership fee and you make it $65. We got a deal. And the guy was like, okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. And she signed up for the gym. She never even went to the freaking gym, but the point is that she felt really good about working out to get that deal from that guy that was selling her that case. A lot of times the humans are the same exact way. So what you really want to do is if they got it, I learned that a long time ago in sales, is that I always thought, well, I could go in there because I had the control over the activation fee and I'm helping them out, and I would want to do that for a friend or family member, whatever the case might be. I'd want to be able to help them out. But really, the human really needs a deal. They need to feel that they kind of worked you over for that. And the more that you go in there allowing them to do the dance with you, the more likely you are to get the sale. So rather than just going in there and projecting your objection on there, it's going to be too cheap or whatever the case might be, the same thing. Like, if it's money, it's not always money. It might just be, a lot of times sales in general is just timing. So even in a dental office, if you're presenting treatment to a patient and they say, well, I can't do that right now, or no, that doesn't necessarily mean no forever. It just might mean that I just can't do it right now because whatever the case might be. I've got a kid in college. I've got 2 more months to pay off for my college or for my car, whatever the case might be. But if you plant the seed and do as best as you can to kind of do the dance with them, okay, well, here's a full activation, and okay, we'll bring it down to half. No, that doesn't work. Okay, well, then we'll go ahead and bring that down to 75% off. Oh, that doesn't work, Carol, for your gym membership. Oh, okay, well, then we'll just waive that. We'll give me the 65. You're good. Okay, that's good. We want the sale anyways, and especially in a healthcare setting, if the patient actually needs that for restorative work, it's only going to cost them more money if they don't get that treatment done. So the basically what I'm saying is that don't go into your sales meetings projecting the objection that you might hear all the time on that one person. That person's different. Don't go into treatment coordination saying, oh, this patient's not going to be able to afford it, or this patient's not going to want to do this, or this patient doesn't blah 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 blah. Don't project your objections on that person. Simply state your case and pivot from there. Same thing, with the activation fee, like I said with my mom. Go in there, present the full price, and let them beat you up a little bit, and let them make them feel like they've got a really good deal, because they're more likely to go ahead and do that, especially if it's in a situation of, well, I can do this today for you if we can go ahead and earn your business. So again, don't go in there. Don't project your objection onto that client, and kind of go in. Just present what you have to and pivot from there. If you haven't subscribed for my videos yet, go ahead and click that red button down below. I hope you really find value from these videos. We appreciate you checking in again. Have an awesome day.